Beyond the Edge, a sequential entertainment podcast by Dray and Calum Verrecchia.
Good afternoon. You join us at the Scottish International Stadium here in Edinburgh for the World Coughing Championship final. And we will have a champion at the end of today. It's been a long and in some cases a difficult road for these competitors. Who can forget the disastrous quarterfinals where the American Melody Brooke lost her voice due to inhaling a menthol nasal spray and was disqualified. It's a relatively simple game. The competitors have to impress the judges with the best cough. And in the cutthroat world of the coughing competition, it's not always about subtlety. Now, there are three sections that they have to impress the judges with. We have the polite interruption cough, the loud sarcastic cough, and lastly, some say the most difficult of all, the I'm here, notice me cough.
Step up to the plate.
So at the podium first is the German national champion, Heidi Schweitzer. She is a formidable sportsperson and knows only too well the pressure involved at this level of competition. She's composing herself. Ready? Here we go. Now remember, the competitor chooses their own path and in which order to present their cough. And Heidi goes for a supple I'm here, notice me cough. Classic German tactic, and the crowd love her, but what will the judges think? Well, we should know shortly.
Right then, Sergeant, what have we got here then?
A body that's been stabbed 16 times, boss. Fingerprints have been burnt off. It's been decapitated. Male, middle-aged. But other than that, there's no way of knowing the ID, boss, or why he was even murdered. This could be a victim of a serial killer, and we can expect further murders, I'm sure. It's a right mystery, boss, and no mistake.
It's a Mr. J.D. Ruffles. The wife did it. She couldn't take his boring talk anymore.
How could you possibly know that, boss?
All the unopened mail on the hallway table is addressed to J.D. Ruffles. And there's a confession by the wife lying right next to the body. And it says that she couldn't take his boring talk anymore.
You're so competent.
Well, that's why I'm DCI in charge of the competent detective squad. And you're just a sergeant. Sergeant.
You know, I put my long life down to spending so much time outdoors.
Oh aye, how come?
I've been going for long walks in the open air day after day, rain or shine, for the last 50 years.
How do you manage to keep up such a rigorous fitness regime?
It's simple. When I married the wife 50 years ago, we both made a solemn pledge on our wedding night.
Oh, very admirable of both of you.
Well, we agreed that whenever we had an argument, whoever was proved wrong would go outside and take a long walk and think about it.
Welcome to the Keep Fit Guru podcast. I'm here to answer all your Keep Fit questions, and I'm the Keep Fit Guru. So let's get started. Today, I'm going to be talking you through how to successfully do a clean and safe barbell squat. If you don't do this correctly, you'll find that you will put too much pressure on your knees, and they will take the strain, and your knee will blow out and snap out of position. Fatal. Now, you must remember to do this with your gym buddy, as accidents can happen. But because I'm so experienced, I am able to do this on my own. Okay? First of all, load the appropriate load onto the bar. For me, I like to have two 25-kilo plates on each side of the bar. That's 120 kilos, including the bar weight. So, from there, we want to position the bar across the top of our back. Take the load on your shoulders and unpack the bar from the rack. So, from here, it's important to take a large breath and execute the squat by having your bum as low to the ground as possible. Once you're there, it's important to keep the breath, as it helps you drive the second part of the squat back up to a standing position. Oh. Come on. Let's go. Come on. My knee. Can I get a little help here? The bar has trapped my neck. I can't get up. Anyone? Hello? Anyone? A little help here. I'm blacking out. I'm blacking out. I can't see colours. I can't see colours. Oh, somebody phone the wife. Phone the wife. No, wait, I'm not married. Wait, hold on. What year is it? Who's president? Oh, I should have had a gym buddy.
I'm Inspector Jolly Big Pants and I'm the lead investigator on your husband's death.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'd like to ask you some questions if that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Can you tell me how your husband died?
He was poisoned.
But he had multiple bruising all over his body.
Yeah, okay.
So can you explain why he has multiple bruising all over his body?
Well, he just wouldn't take the poison.
Good morning.
Aye, morning.
What magnificent animals.
Oh, aye.
Not a lot between the ears, though.
Oh, no, they're very clever.
Clever? In what way are they clever?
Well, they can actually tell what the weather's going to be like.
Are you saying that they are accurate built-in weather predictors?
Very accurate.
I don't believe that for 1 minute.
Well, when the cows are standing, it means no rain is likely for the next 24 hours. But when they're lying down, it means it's going to rain.
Oh, well, as I look across the field, I see half the herd are standing and the other half are lying down. What does that mean then, eh?
Well, that just means half of them are wrong.
Welcome back to the World Coughing Championship Finals. And up next is the Indoor Coughing Champions 2015, 2016 and again in 2017. And consummate athlete Austria's Erik Müßbrugger. He started competing when he was only 15, became the world champion 2 years later. He's had some time out lately to spend time with his cats. He has several, I'm told, from Persian to the good old Tabby. But he's been hard at the training over the past few months in readiness for this competition. His trainer informs us that he's up to 40 cigarettes a day and gargling with salt and vinegar at every opportunity. Amazing willpower, amazing. As I said, a consummate athlete at the top of his game. And
Step up to the plate.
Yeah, Erik approaches the podium. He stands straight and tall. He's taking a deep intake of breath. Eyes closed. Oh, what an amazing cough. Erik Müßbrugger is having the competition of a lifetime. He went for the ultimate challenge, the loud, sarcastic cough, and the crowd love him, and so do the judges. Out of awarding him top marks, beating Heidi Schweitzer by a landslide. Oh, Erik is dancing and flailing his arms about. Well, must be an Austrian ritual.
Anyone here want to tell me what in God's name we're doing out there? I'm struggling to make heads or tails of what our plan is. People are just sat about the place. No one want to take some sort of leadership. I've got to be honest, folks. I'm struggling to be positive about the whole thing. Does everyone here like making a fool of me? Have you all chucked it? Have you? If you can't go out there and play for me, at least do it for yourselves, your families, and the punters who've paid good money to come and see you. I'm noticing that everyone has changed from where I had originally put them. Robertson, think you can just do what you like? I put you on the left for a reason, son, but as soon as my back is turned, you decide to stand on the right. Think you can organise the whole thing, can you? Think you can make it up as you go along? How do we expect to win a game of football with organisation like this, lads? Call yourself a football team? You all make me sick.
Boss.
What is it, Robertson?
For the Edinburgh Philharmonic Orchestra, boss.
Shut up.
We've broken through the defences of Luke Lestrade, the most evil villain the world has ever seen. Now, all we have to do is snip the wires in the security alarm box, and we can get into his inner sanctum. It's tricky, but with a steady hand. There, that should do it.
Oh, look, a parrot. I've never seen a real parrot in real life.
If our presence is detected because of your incompetence, I will not be held responsible to what I'll do to you. So, for the last time, will you keep quiet?
Oh, right, I'll just zip it in. Don't worry about me. I know when to shut up, eh?
If you don't be quiet, I will shoot you.
Oh, right you are then. I didn't want to get shot like. I'll just button my beak. My mum used to tell me to shut up. That was it. Just the once she'd have to say it. Shut up, she'd say, and not another word would be uttered. Sometimes she'd say, be quiet. And other times I would just get a look, and that was often enough. I was up at my Auntie Jean's. Well, she wasn't really my auntie, she's just my mum's pal. But we were there, and my mum would just give me a look, and I would just shut up. Ah, that was my leg.
I told you I would shoot you.
Okay, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm in great pain, but I've got another one. It's fine. Just you get on. I mean, you've got the world to save in that, eh? You being an international spy, and I'm just an apprentice, so don't worry about me.
Hello, and welcome back to Art at Night Tonight, the late night arts and culture show where I talk to people that are far better than you. My guest is quite simply the superhero, Invinso.
Hello, and thank you for having me on your show.
So, you've been a superhero for a long time now, yes?
Yes, I became Invinso back in the late 1990s. Before that, I was just an ordinary person, but with extreme strength, X-ray vision, able to shoot laser bolts from my eyes, could hear a pin drop 1,000 miles away, and, of course, fly.
And what made you decide to share your amazing powers with the world?
You know, it's all in my book.
From zero to superhero. Catchy title.
Thank you. It took me no time at all to think of that. I have an IQ of over 1,000, you know. My immense brain power can calculate to minus 20 digits in less time it takes to blink an eye.
Fascinating. You've worked with some of the great names in the superhero realm, like Gecko Man, for example. What was he like to work with?
Oh, yes, I remember the great Gecko Man. No, he was something else. He taught me everything I know about being a superhero. What he didn't know about climbing up and sticking to walls and ceilings isn't worth knowing. I remember we had to save 300 passengers on a speeding train in the hands of a terrorist attack back in 2003. I was obviously able to stop the train and apprehend the terrorists. All the passengers were saved, and I just stood there, wave after wave of applause, a standing ovation, no less.
And what about Gecko Man?
Oh, he was clinging to the side of the train as usual. He wasn't fit for anything till the sun came out and his internal body temperature had risen. He was completely useless at night in the winter, or if the temperature fell less than 30 degrees. But he was such a lovely guy, you know. No one had the heart to tell him he was useless as a superhero. Then, of course, I did a stint with Plant Boy. Stunning foliage, absolutely stunning. His blood was green, you know.
Fascinating. Was it really?
Yes, we found that out when he was ripped apart by the giant alien invader, Tratoenator.
You were the lead superhero dealing with that invasion, weren't you?
I was, yes, I was. It was vital that I got to work with the best. I assembled a cast of superheroes that reflected a diverse group to take on the might of Tratoenator. He was from another planet, you know, something that we hadn't come across before. But really, once we came face to face with the giant, he was a sweetheart, really, a lovely, lovely alien.
Right. But didn't you end Tratoenator's existence?
Oh, God, yes. We couldn't have an alien invader taking over the Earth. We crushed that insectozoid like the bug that he was. Not before he took out a few of our team, though, Plant Boy included. You see, I was the only hope for human race, as a matter of fact. If it wasn't for my godlike abilities, Tratoenator and his kind would have simply wiped you all off the face of the Earth. But luckily I was there. I gave the performance of a lifetime.
Well, thank you, Invinso. Unfortunately, as usual, we have run out of time. Join us next time for another fascinating episode of Art at Night, tonight. From me, live in the studio, good night. What are you all happy about, prancing about and posing in front of that mirror?
I've just been for my yearly medical.
Oh, aye. So?
The doctor said that for a 50-year-old woman, I have the breasts of an 18-year-old.
And what did he say about your 50-year-old fat flabby arse?
Your name never came up.
By the time you come to read this, I'll be well upon my way. We got some good times to look back on. That doesn't happen every day. It's not my style to be so candid, but I'll tell you this for free. I'm a classy jerk, I'm a bad piece of work. That's all you need to know about me. And as you dream about me by your sleeping husband's side, feel the joy of those precious hours to savor and to hide. You don't like things to be boring, and you're smart enough to see I may not be the one, but I'll give you some fun. That's all you need to know about me. Yeah. Classy jerk, I'm a bad piece of work. That's all you need to know about me. So by the time you come to read this, I'll be well upon my way. I won't think too much, but I'll keep in touch. You can save me for a rainy day. I gave you what you dreamed of, what what you never thought you'd see. Don't ask me why, I'm just that kind of guy. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's all there is to know about me.
Welcome back to Frugal Camper, with me, Tam, the Frugal Camper. This time, I've set my tent up on a west coast beach. The sun is just beginning to set, giving off this lovely orange glow. It's quite stunning, I wish you could see it. Now, I've set up my little camp stove, and have I got a treat for you? Oh, there are a few midges around this evening, but never mind, we'll carry on. They're just wee flying beasties, eh? I've been foraging on the shore this afternoon, and I've got some razor clams, whelks, mussels and cockles. Lovely. There's a little bit of water in the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to put all this shellfish in all at once, because they'll all cook together. Bloody midges. Right, the lid is on, and we just have to wait to get some lovely free food. Oh, they seem to be attracted to the water, I think. Anyway, I'm going to have to... Oh, I can't stand this. Oh, fuck. Come on, this is ridiculous. Guy, they're swarming around me. I can't help it. Oh, the stove's been kicked over. What am I doing?
You don't know what you're talking about, Batman.
What makes you think I don't know, kid?
I'm sensing it. Let me help.
I can do this, Spider-Man.
I don't think you can.
Superman, I don't need your help either.
Wait, maybe we can all work together to figure this out. You know what they say, you can always do with a little help from your friends.
No, they don't. It's a stupid song. Anyway, I work alone.
I also work alone.
I've worked with kids before. Nothing but trouble.
Hey, I'm right here in the room, and I ain't a kid.
Yes, you are.
So tell me what we're up against here, batters.
It's the Batman, and this is a most diabolical machine. I've been studying it for some time now.
What kind of sick-minded, cruel maniac would come up with such a complicated machine as this?
I've seen it somewhere before. I just can't seem to put my finger on it.
I thought I had solved this puzzle, but it just wouldn't give up its secrets.
Right, what's going on here?
The notorious landlady has returned.
The landlady? Is this the dastardly villain we're here to stop?
Maybe this landlady is the latest in long line of villains that I get to bring down.
No, this is actually my landlady.
What have I told you before, Batman? Just leave your washing on the floor next to the washing machine and I'll do your washing with mines.
No, I know, but I wanted to try it for myself.
Ah, yeah, it's a washing machine.
Oh, nice shot, man. Right down the centre.
Cheers. That's a cracking-looking ball you've got there.
Yeah, cool, isn't it?
Bright orange.
Yeah, you can see it for miles.
I bet.
See if it ends up in the rough. It also gives off a high sort of pitched sound, you know.
That is cool.
Do you know, I once hit it so far, it landed right into a river.
Wow, that must have been difficult for you to get it back.
Easy, mate. Barely an inconvenience. It deployed a wee air pocket and it floated to the surface. And then it glowed bright yellow.
Aye, but what would happen if you whacked it into a bunker and the sand buried it?
No bother at all, mate. It has this wee aerial that works its way up to the surface and it blinks so you can see it, you know.
Marvellous.
Oh, it sure is, man.
Where'd you buy those about?
I don't know. I found it.
Struggling every day in a climate-controlled house, staggering under the burden of more than they can carry, the heavy load cruelly rubbing on their shoulders till they are raw and bleeding. They get sores on their rumps too, so that sitting about for hours on end is agony. Desperately thirsty, they have to wait for the heavily subsidised bar to open for a drink of nourishing alcohol. Constantly tired, having to nap most of the day in the blistering heat of the House of Commons. Act now before it's too late, as our politicians are having to work more than ever these days. Having to turn up for debates and Prime Minister's question time on a regular basis is cutting in on a politician's free time. Sometimes they are forced to work a full 15 or 20 hours in the week. With their parliamentary salaries and allocated expenses being above the national average pay here in the UK, they are forced to live above the poverty line whilst having to show empathy for those that live below the poverty line. This is their life until the day they are voted out, unless someone, somewhere, is willing to help them. Will you help ease their pain? If you care what happens to our politicians, please call 0603075910093290116 or text 0983902298711 and we'll get straight back to you. For as little as £2,000 a week, we can ensure our politicians get empathy treatment so they can, at the very least, look like they care. No politician should have to suffer like this, and with your help, they don't need to. Help ease their pain now. Call us today and pledge just £2,000 a week. We've helped suffering politicians all over the world. £2,000 a week will make such a difference. Please, they can't plead for your help, but we can.
What a treat these Coughing Championship fans are getting here in Edinburgh tonight. The defending champion, Caitlin Armstrong from Leave in Fife, is about to take the podium. Now, this climate is not going to bother her at all. She's used to inclement weather. Now, Caitlin comes from a long line of athletes. Her mother was the Scottish spitting champion 4 years in a row. And she could spit the biggest gob of all and the furthest. She covered 3.5 metres with her phlegm, never been beaten. Her father was the hopping championship of 96 and 97, and he hopped his way across Europe for the European Championship Single Foot Cup, an achievement few men have followed. Caitlin herself has been pushing herself hard with the training regime, working in our local chippy 6 hours a night, inhaling as much as she can stand from the fryers. And she also gargles a mixture of olive oil, honey, lemon and garlic salt. Great for the coughing throat, but it does tend to make her a bit of a loner. Now she's limbering up, ready to take to the podium.
Step up to the plate.
And Caitlin slowly walks to the plate for the third and last round of this championship finals. From the 17 finalists at the beginning of this championship, we are now down to just the two. Our very own Caitlin Armstrong and Austria's Erik Moosbrugger, who is watching on the sidelines and looking very worried indeed. And this is why Caitlin is the world champion. The judges have given her a standing ovation. Oh, what a cough. You'd think she'd been smoking 60 cigarettes a day all her life, and she retains the title. No, wait, what's this? And the Erik Moosbrugger camp has claimed a penalty, stating that Caitlin cheated by taking her cough to a low 20 decibels, going against the International Coughing Committee recommendations. But the judges, they've dismissed the claim. Keeping Caitlin as the winner. Erik and his trainer have joined Caitlin and her trainer on the plate, and they're exchanging words. Lots of finger wagging and extreme coughing. And spitting now. All four have gotten into a spitting debacle. There's somebody pointing, there's a bit of poking going on there, as we say. Somebody's just stood on somebody's toe. Yep, Caitlin is...
Beyond the Edge, a sequential entertainment podcast, performed by Terry Dray, Calum Verrecchia, Robert Ian Crawford, Matt Mason, Debbie Whyte, Lynne Morris, Rob Crosbie, George Bowers, Norman Lamont, and introducing Kaedon Chapman. Written by Terry Dray, Calum Verrecchia and Robert Ian Crawford, with additional material from Matt Mason. Music is from Norman Lamont, Robert Ian Crawford, Kevin Macleod and Craig Weild.
It is an Edge of the World production, produced by Terry Dray and Calum Verrecchia.